Hi, welcome to Bipolar Mindfulness. My name is Ash. Here we talk about two main things. One is having a mental health condition, and two is cultivating mindfulness. Let's talk about early warning signs that we're headed for a hypomanic or a manic episode or a depressive episode. In my case, the first withdrawal symptoms that I'm having don't seem like symptoms. They are wonderful. I have clarity of thought that I didn't have, more motivation than I had. These are wonderful things. However, for me, they're on my list because these are the earliest signs. But then things kind of start to happen more quickly. I start driving a little more recklessly. My taste in music changes. I have something called pressured speech as it gets a little further along. This means that my mind is going so quickly that I can't get the words out fast enough. And to the person I'm speaking with, sometimes it almost sounds like I'm stuttering because I just can't get the words out quickly enough. This is pressured speech. So when I had episodes in the early days, I started to notice the warning signs. Then I started making a list. And now I'm at the place where even at the end of week 1 of my taper, I noticed two things that are great experiences to have that are on my list. It's worth noting that we should all have our own list. There are a lot of signs that are common to everyone who is about to have hypomania or full-blown mania or depression. We do all have some common things, but there are certain things that are specific to us. And when we look back after we've gotten out of that episode, we can say, oh, it's a slight thing, but it definitely was something that if it was on my list and I knew to look for it, I might have been able to schedule an appointment with my doctor and say, here's what's happening. Okay, so now for the 1, 2, 3, 4 update. Number 1, what dose of Seroquel? I'm still on 175. I'm at the end of the first week. After 2 more weeks, I'm gonna drop down to 150. Number 2, what weight? I went from 190 yesterday to 188. Now, we do know that 1 to 2 pounds in a given day of weight fluctuation is perfectly normal, but I did try a recommendation of not eating 5 hours before I go to bed, and I woke up this morning 2 pounds lighter. So that could just be a normal fluctuation, or that could be a sign that this is something that I could put into practice. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Number 3 is any withdrawal symptoms, and we've talked a lot about that. My withdrawal symptoms happen to be relatively positive right now. Clarity of thought, more motivation, feeling really good. But I'm cautious about this because I've been through enough hypomanic episodes to know that for me, these things are on my list. Is it wrong to have clarity? Is it wrong to have motivation? Absolutely not. But when I'm on a taper and these things come on within a day or two, so these things just started out of nowhere 2 days ago and have been steadily building. This is technically considered a withdrawal symptom. And so I pulled out my list and I saw, okay, these are the next things that happen as the warning signs begin to build before an episode. So if I see those things, I'm going to immediately schedule an appointment with my doctor and talk about next steps. And number 4, what has mindfulness done to help me today? Gosh, big picture, mindfulness allows me to be aware of what I'm experiencing. So I notice the clarity of thought. I notice that I'm more motivated. And that act of noticing is mindfulness. It's being aware instead of just completely being caught up in the enthusiasm, in the motivation, there is a part of me that's able to step back and observe these things. And this helps me to know where I am in my tapering process, in my general mental health. So mindfulness is key for us to be able to gauge where we are, where we want to be, and what we need to do to get to that place. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you can think of someone who might benefit, feel free to share. And of course, like and subscribe if you'd like to. That's all. We'll see you guys tomorrow.